Dear Mr. Mayor, thank you for hosting this debate. No matter where we stand on this motion, I think we can all agree that true hospitality is an art. Highly regarded chairwoman, and perhaps the truest artist in this room, our delightful timekeeper. Dear artists, art lovers, and mythological figures of the proposition, deeply compromised members of the opposition, fair members of the jury, and most cherished audience, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Madeleine, and before I share my story, let me come back on a few things that have been said tonight. Anatole, the cynicism you display doesn't look good on you. Isn't art the only place of all things where we could just dive into those so-called cheesy lines and just lose yourself in absolutes and the dream to be absolutely uncompromising? Furthermore, your whole team's arguing seems to rely on the fact that you consider almost everything to be a compromise. But if everything is a compromise, then no one is free of it, and then this motion is undebatable. And that would be an unfair trick to play to all the people who have come to see us debate. Dear Matthew, you seem to have confused our vision with ambition. And you seem to have confused us really, because a true artist that is unknown is as much of a true artist in our book. And such is an artist that sells, but not if that artist has to compromise their vision in order to sell. Now, I stand before you because I have had the honor, the pleasure, and the absolute misery of sharing Matthew's life, no thank you, for several years. I hope my testimony tonight will do his character justice, as I tell you first just how uncompromising he is, and second, how that makes him a true artist. As you all know, I'm with Maxime now. And before Matthews, I have been friends, and more than friends, with painters, musicians, filmmakers, and on one occasion, a theater director. What can I say? I've got a type. And though with each of them, I have entertained the dream of being called their muse, as I have learned the hard way, how could I, a simple human woman, ever compare with you? During our relationship, Matthew's career was filled with some highs and many, many lows. And I wanted to remember him, that I stood with him through all of them. I have lived with this man in artist squats with no running water, and I would have followed him down to his prison cell then. Until Matthews, I had never understood what it could mean to be a true artist, truly unwilling to compromise on anything regarding their art, which for Matthews truly meant everything. Because that is my first point. To understand a true artist, you should understand that their life is their art. Yes, please.
You've been differentiating artists from true artists. Can you give your definition of the word true?
Well, as Raphael has said, a true artist is someone who has a vision and stays true to this vision, as true is both being in accordance with reality and honest and truthful. Of his daily life, Matthews did as an artist, from obsessionally brewing his coffee to perfection, to making sure, just a moment, to making sure our living room feng shui setting was optimal for his creativity. Yes, please.
You've defined truth as being in accordance with reality. Isn't that precisely the point of compromise?
No, compromise is giving up something that you didn't want to give up. And other than that, it is just an agreement which we can all agree can happen. At the beginning of Matthew's monochrome phase, in which he did not sell a single art painting for 5 years, and I saw our savings become scarcer and scarcer, he refused to change his style at any point. His sponsor, Mr. Moneybags, rightfully suggested he'd branch out just temporarily to what was selling at the moment, and I begged him to compromise just to pay the bills, but he would have starved before he made one concession. And when I tried to get him to spend more time with me, he came to see it as me stealing his time away from his art. That pushed me to the edge. I told him, relationships are about compromise. He told me my life is about my art. And that is when I finally caught a glimpse at Matthew's world. A world in which art encompasses so much more than I can see. A world in which I had no room. I left. I could not compete with the muse. Now to my second point. I know I have painted you the picture of an unbearable man, but in spite of all we've been through, I do not hate him. I respect him, because mark my words, his uncompromising artistic integrity is what makes him a true artist. Truer than any of those I know. Sorry, honey. And I am happy with Maxime, for he is willing to compromise. While Matthews made my life miserable, but dear audience, we are not debating his likability. We are here to assess whether a true artist compromises, and we believe in the proposition that what separates artists from true artists is precisely that those will never compromise on their art. Matthews has a calling, and he is brave enough to follow it. Hearing him today speaking from his prison cell, how can he deny that his integrity, that this is what put him in a different league? Yes, not everyone should live their life entirely for their art, but not anyone could. True artists are rare and few. And how lucky are we that we got to meet just one, and that we can witness the beauty of his creations. And now when I look at one of his paintings, I am moved, and I realize that he just knew what he had to do. And if I know Matthews, I know that as long as the opposition will try to enforce their views, he will choose to remain in jail. Because on any matter there is, a true artist does not compromise. Dear jury, don't compromise on this. Accept the motion.